Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a updated version of my Lost World dinosaurs. Now this is actually really interesting because they actually infused the Dino Wrestlers into this deck, and it's actually really awesome. But before we get into this, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down there so you can become a part of the notification squad, and we'll get straight on into this. So, first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of our Ultimate Conductor Trano. I know some people play 2, I think 3 is the optimal number for this card. Personally, because it's probably one of the best boss monsters in the entire game, being able to just banish 2 dinosaur-type monsters from your graveyard, and then being able to special summon it. And then once returned during your main phase, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or field, and if you do, change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position. And then this can attack every single one of them, and it sends them to the graveyard, and inflicts 1,000 points of damage to your opponent for each one. The only thing that this has a downfall to is link monsters, but that's not even a big deal for it because it has a 3,500 attack point monster. It can even take out, like, Borreload on its own, which is just amazing. Then we play 1 copy of Overtext to search our double evolution pill. Basically, Overtext has just kind of become a generic 1 of, maybe 2 of in dinosaurs. Some people play 2. I just think 1 is plenty, to be honest with you. Then I play 3 copies of Dino Wrestler Prankatops. We're getting into the Dino Wrestlers now. The Prankatops' ability is if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon him from your hand, and then once per turn you can tribute a Dino Wrestler monster to target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it, which is really awesome. And he comes out at 2,600, which is just really big. And with Lost World, since he's a dinosaur monster, all of my opponent's monsters are losing 500 attack points, so he's 3,100, which is really great. Then I play 1 copy of the Dino Wrestler Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus' effect is that if it's special summoned, you can add 1 Dino Wrestler monster or World Dino Wrestling from your deck to your hand. And during the end phase of this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn by an opponent. And your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target 1 of your Dino Wrestler monsters in your grave and special summon it. So I usually send this to graveyard instead of normal summoning it, so I can special summon my Prankatops back from the grave. Then I play 1 copy of the Dino Wrestler Kappatir, whatever. I need the wind one. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target 1 of your opponent's cards and send it to the graveyard. You can only use effect once per turn, and then once per turn, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there for link material of a Dino Wrestler monster, which we don't actually play any of the Dino Wrestler monsters in the extra deck, it can make it gain an extra 1,000, but I don't play the Dino Wrestler link monster because it's a link 3, or a link 4, I can't remember. But anyways, it's too high for us to actually link into, in my opinion. It's not worth it. 1 copy of Giant Rex. If it gets banished, then you get the ability that you can special summon it back from the banished pile. Really good card, but it can't attack directly. 3 copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor. If it's normal or special summon, you can take a dinosaur monster and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave, and then you can target 1 other level 4 or lower dinosaur monster on the field and destroy it. Then special summon 1 dinosaur monster from your graveyard in defense position. So it's a really good card. It's even better than Elemental Hero Stratos, I think, just for the abilities that it lets you send stuff to the grave and add it to your hand and stuff like that, and special summon stuff. 1 copy of Miscellaneousaurus. This card got limited to 1 a while back, but its effect is that during your main phase, you can send this card from your hand, or during either player's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the grave. And during the main phase, dinosaur-type monsters are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, and then banish any number of dinosaur monsters, including this card, special summon 1 dinosaur monster from your deck with level equal to or the total of monsters banished by this effect, but destroy during the end phase. That's not that big a deal. Usually we're going to summon out like a baby Petrodon or a baby Ceratosaurus. But speaking of those, we play 1 of the Petrodon and 2 of the Ceratosaurus. I really would like a hollow version of this, but basically what they do is if this one's destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 4 or higher dinosaur type monster, so it opens up plays for Prankatops being special summoned, but you have to destroy it by card effect. And this destroyed by a card effect as well. You can special summon a level 4 or lower dinosaur type monster, which is great and all, but I really want to summon like Prankatops. But I can also special summon out Soul Eating Oviraptor, so that's the big plus for me. For my hand traps, I play 3 copy of Ash Blossom. I just feel like 3 Ash Blossom is the optimal number for this build because you just need to be able to go off in this deck. And then I play 2 copies of Effect Veiler, which I'm going to tuck right there on top of the Giant Rex. 2 copies of Effect Veiler just to negate stuff. These could be literally anything. They could be Ghost Ogres, Ghost Bells, DD Crows, Drolls, whatever you want them to be, let them be. So anyways, guys, that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells really quick. So for the spells, let me put this up here. For the spells, we're going to play 1 copy of Monster Reborn just to bring back particular dinosaurs that we need to. For, whatever reason we need to. Foolish Burial. I play Foolish Burial because, you can send stuff to grave like Miscellaneousaurus and stuff like that to get some plays off. 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. I play 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods to send our World Dino Wrestling to the graveyard. You really don't want to draw this, and that's why I play it at 1 instead of 2. Some people play 2 of it. I like 1. While you control Dino Wrestler, each player can only attack with 1 monster during each battle phase. I don't like that effect. And if your Dino Wrestler monster attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 200 attack during damage calc only. Its on-field effect kind of sucks, but its graveyard effect is good. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can manage from the graveyard to special summon Dino Wrestler from your deck. So you're going to summon Prankatops normally off that effect. But sometimes you'll summon one of the other ones to get another effect off. 1 copy of Devil Evolution Pill to search off of our Overtex. So, that's pretty much what it is. It special summons out exactly what we need when we need it. 2 copies of Terraforming to search our Lost World. And then speaking of Lost World, we're going to play 3 copies of that. Lost World makes all monsters on the field except dinosaur monsters lose 500 attack. And once returned, if a dinosaur type monster is normal or special summon, except during its damage step, you get to special summon a Jurassic token. And it's a normal monster to your opponent's side of the field in defense. And then while your opponent controls a token, they cannot target monsters on the field with card effects except the token. And then once returned, if a normal monster on the field would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can destroy any dinosaur monsters from your hand or deck instead. So it kind of like pops your baby Cerasauruses and the babies in the deck to special summon out other cards, which is really nice. But you're not going to use that effect too often, so we just play it as a 3 of. You're going to use that quite often, but that's why we play the baby Cerasauruses and the babies at lower numbers now. And the Dino Wrestlers can actually make up for that because you can pop them from the deck as well, just to send stuff that you need to the grave to get other effects off. Then I play 3 copies of Fossil Dig, which searches any level 6 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck. This would be busted if it would let us search Prankatops. Prankatops is level 7, and I know they did that on purpose, so we couldn't search it with Fossil Dig, but hey, we can dream. Finally, we play 3 copies of Called by the Grave. You need this at 3 to make sure that you can actually go off with your plays, and so that's why we play it as a 3 of. But that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the single trap that we play. So for the single trap, we play 1 copy of Survivals, and basically this just plays into our Lost World plays, because you get to destroy as many normal monsters on the field as possible. So if you can load up your opponent with a bunch of normal monsters, with your tokens, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower dinosaur type monster from your deck, up to the number of destroyed by this effect, and then destroyed during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a dinosaur monster you control, and target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy them both, which is kind of nice. I really like that effect, and I like that they did kind of like an ode to Cold Wave on this card, so it's really a good card. But I think it's a good 1 of, maybe a 2 of. For the extra deck, guys, that's pretty much it for the main deck. We'll get into the extra deck now. So for the extra deck, I play 2 copies of Logia. Logia is really good because it negates spells and traps and monster effects. It's just when an opponent was going to normal or special summon a monster or a spell or trap is activated, you can detach 2 materials from this card, negate the activation or the summon and destroy it. So it's just a really good card. I think it's a 2 of in the deck. Some people play 1. I think 2 is beautiful in this deck. I play a Dolka as well. Dolka negates monster effects and destroys them just by detaching a material. I really like 1 Dolka because if you can set it up where you can get both of them on field, it's kind of a lock. It's kind of like a soft lock where your opponent's going to use up a lot of resources to get past them. Tornado Dragon just to pop back row, and Baguska for a backup plan. He's my plan B. Plan B stands for Plan Baguska. Castel just to bounce stuff. Exciton Knight to blow the entire board if I need to. But that's it for my XYZs. For my links, I play a Borreload and a Boral Sword just because I can go into them fairly easily. Summon Sorceress is kind of here. I use her sometimes, but she's there if I need her. Nightmare Unicorn to bounce stuff. Phoenix and Cerberus to pop spells and traps. Underclock Taker is here because I kind of need it sometimes just to kind of reduce attack points. And then I play one of the Dinosaur Link monsters because it can let me call a different attribute from my monsters and it makes them so they don't lose attack points, which is nice. But that's pretty much it, guys, for the deck. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I really enjoyed taking this one. It's a really fun deck. It's fairly competitive still, which is very surprising to me. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun deck, and it goes off because Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is probably one of the biggest boss monsters in the game that you can summon out of the main deck. And it's just so overpowered just to summon this by banishing 2 dinosaur monsters from your grave, and you just instantly get a 35 body that can just flip everything face down and attack it and deal 5k if they're all in the main monster zone and they're not link monsters. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this deck profile down in the comments down below. Hit that bell so you can become a part of the notification squad. And if you are part of the notification squad, tell me down there in the comments so I can give you guys a big heart. And tell me how you're thinking about the 25 Days of Christmas, because we're doing that on the channel right now. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys. DarkArmedDuelist, out.